Hi everyone, myself J. Taslima Nasreen from GK Jain High Secondary School, Roybaram. So today in this video we are going to see Biozoology subject of Standard 12. So here we are going to see the fourth lesson, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. So before going deep into this topic, we have to know very clear about two main things, the terms inheritance and variation. So actually what is inheritance? We all know, right? We have already came across this word in lower standards. So what is inheritance? So inheritance is nothing, the changes which is from happening in a gene level from generation to generation, the inherited patterns, the changes which occurs, that is called as inheritance. We'll be deeper going into the topic of inheritance in this lesson. So now what is variation? We will be seeing the variation here. So before these two terms we have to know about the technology, which is very important. Without the field of genetics now we cannot survive. So genetics plays a very important role in the field of biotechnology like vaccine production and all. So genetics, it is nothing, it is a branch of biology which deals with two important characters, hereditary and variation. What is hereditary? Hereditary means nothing, the forefathers generation. So if I was there, I am inherited from my parents. So like that the hereditary structures, the forefathers which we are inherited from our forefathers. So the hereditary is nothing, it is a gene level study. So gene, we have to know what is gene. Now what is a gene? It is a unit of hereditary. So gene is nothing, in a chromosome a particular point, that is the genes are present. Gene controls many characters we are doing. So that is called as gene. So now we are clear about hereditary. So what is variation? Variation is nothing. Progeny differs from their parents. There will be some similarities as well as some dissimilarities from our parents to us. So there is a generation gap. So from one generation to another generation at gene level there will be some similarities as well as dissimilarities. So studying about that which comes under variation. So under genetics it is a branch of biology which deals with the two important factors, hereditary and variation. So now we are moving into a different topic, multiple allele. Allele means what? Character. That's nothing. So Mendelism. So why here Mendel came? So we all know the Mendel's pea plant experiment, right? In lower classes and all we have studied lot about that. So in Mendelism he had used two important terms, dominant and recessive. We had frequently came across these words. So now for example in Mendelism, Mendel had studied about so many characters, right? So the seed color, the seed shape, the flower color, the leaf structure. So he had studied so many characters. So out of that we'll take an example, seed shape. So one shape is wrinkled and one is round. Here round is dominant and wrinkled is recessive. Dominant is higher in number than recessive. Dominant is dominant. We will be dominant. No, so that is dominant. Round shape is dominant here and wrinkled is recessive. So not only in Mendelism study, in all the genetic factors, in all the genetic study, we will be introducing the dominant and recessive characters. So you have to clear about the term dominant and recessive. So Mendel is the one who had proposed, gave clearance about dominant and recessive. So I am just coming under the low study category, that is you have studied in lower classes. So just a revision we are going. So this is new to us, multiple allelism. So when two or more alleles, so here it is very important, two. Single means alleles only will become. Multiples means many, right? So when two or more alleles of a gene, so gene, in a gene there will be more alleles. So alleles of a gene that control a particular trait. Trait means character. When a single gene alleles control so many characters of the same locus. Locus means what? Point of an organism. So in a single organism, the gene, the alleles of a gene controls particular trait. Trait means characters. So here what happens means alleles, in a single gene there will be more alleles. So alleles controls the same character of an organism at same locus. So at only one point the gene controls so many characters, which is called as multiple allelism. It is an important 2 marks, so you can mark it and keep. Okay, so now we are clear about multiple allelism also. So now we are moving into a different and very interesting topic, which is called as human blood groups. We all know, right, we have blood groups. So we all will be knowing we have blood groups, different blood groups. As organisms, all the organisms have bloods. So human blood groups. Before going into human blood groups, there are two important terms. AG means antigen. We have to get know about these two terms. So this is antibody. So antigen, what is antigen and what is antibody? So antigen is nothing but the foreign substance which comes under the foreign substance which enters our body, which is called as antigen. Antibody means our body immune system. Our immune system acts against the antigen and produces some immunoglobulins, which is called as antibody. So you have to get clear on this. Antigen is what? The foreign substances which entering our body. Antibody is what? Our immune system which produces the immunoglobulins in order to act against the antigen and in order to kill that antigen. So that is called as antibody. These two words are very important, antigen and antibody. Antigen is nothing, it is a foreign substance which enters through our body. So the antibody is against this antigen. Our immune system works and produces some immunoglobulins. That immunoglobulins work against this antigen in order to kill that antigen and to destroy the antigen. So that is called as antibody. Okay, in order to study the blood groups, we have to be clear with these two terms, antigen and antibody. So now we are going to see the history of the blood group system. So who proposed the human blood groups means Karl Landsteiner. He was the one, he proposed the theory that antigen A and B on the surface of RBC. So we all know there is blood has RBC, WBC and platelets. These are the blood cells, right? So here in A and B group of blood cells, so Karl Landsteiner identified there is some antigen present on A and B blood groups. So this is A, so this is B blood group. So there are some antigens present on the surface of the bloods A and B. So this is what he proposed. Karl Landsteiner only proposed these antigen A and B on the surface of RBC. So RBC is the first cell we can see in the bloods, right? So in that RBC there are antigens A and B are present. So based on the presence and absence of antigen, so he had an idea how we can identify the presence and absence of antigen. Based on that, he proposed the blood groups as A, B and O. So if A antigen present means A. So if A antigen present means A blood group, B antigen present means B blood group, and in O there will be no antigen. So that is identified as O. On the surface of the RBC, if A is present means A blood group, B is present means B blood group, and O is present means O. How can we identify O? Means there will be no antigens present. So that is identified as O. This was the theory he proposed and he said. So Karl Landsteiner was the one who proposed this. So after that, Brainsteen in 1925, he demonstrated that different blood group of multiple allelic series. So that is what A, B, O. So A1, B1 and all, there will be a clarification. No, that is what he identified. Bernstein in 1925 identified different blood groups of multiple allelic series. So through the multiple allelic, there will be different blood groups. He also stated the same thing what the Karl Landsteiner said. So by these explanations, Karl Landsteiner came to an acknowledgement that IAIB. I stands for, we can also use L, Landsteiner. He only proposed, right? So we can also use L. So I means what? Means isoagglutination. I denotes the word isoagglutinations. So agglutination means mixing. Isoagglutination means not mixing. That's it. So IA means IB. So IA and IB are the two blood groups. So these two acts as dominant here, while the IO, it is act as co-dominant because there will be no antigen present on the O, no. So that acts as a co-dominant, and the antigen present on A and B surface, which is called as dominant. So these are the basic things we have to know about the blood group systems. So now we are going to know about the enzymes. ABO blood enzymes. So here how can we identify it is A and it is B and it is O? So A antigen should be present on the surface of the blood group, right? So the A antigen will be present. How the A antigen reacts with the blood? So the enzyme which speeds up the reaction, N-acetyl galactose transferase. It is the enzyme present on the A antigen. N-acetyl galactose transferase. It is the enzyme which is present on the surface of the A blood group. Okay. So now when we add N-acetyl galactomine, NAG means N-acetyl galactomine, it both react, it accepts this. N-acetyl galactolase transferase accepts NAG. When these two accepts, we can easily identify it is an A group. So like that in B group, the same antigen N-acetyl galactose transferase will be present, but it will be accept galactose 2 per second. It not accept galactamine, it only accepts the galactose group. So by this we can come to a conclusion that it is a B group. So here the O group, there will be no terminal transferase will be present, nothing will be there. So here null group. So by the absence of A and B antigen, we can identify that it is an O group. Clear? Again I am explaining. So we had discussed about ABO blood group. So how we can accept that it is an A group means the presence of N-acetyl galactose transferase on the surface of the A antigen, which reacts with NAG, N-acetyl galactomine, which we will be adding this. So if this reacts with this, then it is a A group. When in B, N-acetyl galactose transferase is present on the blood group, but it does not react with NAG, it reacts with only galactose as a precursor. So here we can identify that it is a B group. So if no terminal transferase is present, then we can conclude a conclusion called O group. So there will be no antigen, A and B antigen will not be present in the O group. So only we are calling O as a universal donor. Clear? So we are clear until this? So as a continuation of human blood groups, we are going to see this. So this is A antigen. Our human blood group is compared with other animals. The comparison, just a basic comparison. So A antigen is compared with chimpanzees and gibbons. So we and chimpanzees and gibbons having same A antigen present on the blood surface. So B antigen is compared with New World monkeys, Platyhorina. B antigen of ours is compared with New World monkeys, Platyhorina, which has the same genetic relation. So like that cat's genetic system is similar to human genetic system as we compared to the antigen level. So these are the basic information which we have to know for our general knowledge purposes. So now we are going to see this table. This is very important table to come under a clear understanding of human blood group system. So here there are 4 columns: genotype and the blood group, that is antigen present on RBC, the antigen which we had seen in the diagrams. No, so this is antibody which is present in blood plasma. So here now the first genotype is IAIA. So IA denotes for isoagglutination. So IAIA, the type of blood group is A. So we have AA, right? So the type of blood group is A. So antigen. So in an is this the blood? So there will be RBC. So the antigen present on the RBC for A is A antigen. So that is what A antigen. So antibody. Now new immunoglobulin is produced against this antibody. So that is called as anti-B. So for A, anti-B will produce. For B, anti-A will produce. Like this it will be. So okay, now the genotype IAIO. IO, so nothing, no, null. So IA means type A only will be there. The RBC also A only will be there. So here A means anti-B. So now IB. So IB, the type of blood group is B. So antigen is also B present on the RBC. So B will be present. So for B, the antibody will be anti-A. So the upside down, the antigen and antibodies will be producing. So next one, IB and IO. So here also the same type will be B, antigen will be B, the antibody will be A, anti-A. So now AB, so we all be knowing that some blood groups will be there, AB, A1 B positive, so like that AB together it will be. So IA, IB, the type will be AB blood group, so antigen, both the antigen will be present on the RBC. So both A and B antigen will be present on the RBC of the blood. So here there will be no antibody produced, anti-A will not be produced, nor anti-B will not be produced. So here IO, that is null. So here the type is O, antigen will not be present, A will not be present, B will also not be present. So here the antibody will be A also present, B also present, because it is a null set, right? So there will be no antigen, but there will be two antibodies produced against the antigen. So this is the important table. It will give you a clearance view of human blood group system. Clear? So under the human blood group systems, the last part which we are going to study is rhesus or RH factor. So rhesus or RH factor is nothing, positive, negative. We will be saying no, I have O positive, I have B negative. So like that, the positive and negative, how it comes, the history will be saying. So RH, the presence of RH antigen on the surface of erythrocytes. Erythrocytes is nothing but WBC. So the RH antigen which will be present on the surface of erythrocytes of the human blood group, which is termed as RH factor. So first it was introduced by Carl Langston and Alexander in the year 1940, but they have identified the RH antigen in rhesus monkey blood. After that, so after so many years only, in human beings blood also the RH antigen are present, they have identified and they come to an conclusion. So based on the presence and absence of RH antigen in the blood, the D antigen came. So the RH antigen is symbolically called as immunogenic D antigen. So RH positive and RH negative. RH positive means what? The presence of RH antigen in the erythrocytes. RH negative means what? The absence of RH antigen in the surface of erythrocytes. The presence and absence. Based on this only positive and negative signs are given. So if we think like this, so RH positive and RH negative, there will be two bloods, right? So positive and negative. So if a positive man receives a blood from negative man, so what it will happen? The RH factor, the man has already RH factor. So when a man receives the blood from RH negative means there is no RH will be present. So positive man when receives negative, this is no problem, nothing will happen. So if the negative person, negative RH receives the blood from positive, so positive means it contains RH factors, right? When it was newly introduced to the negative man means this man is first exposing the blood to the positive antigens. So now what will happen? The phase of death will occur. Within a minute the phase of death will occur, because negative cannot accept the positive, because negative means absence, positive means presence. So the presence cannot, the absence cannot accept the presence. So this is what the thing takes place. So positive can, negative can give to the positive, but positive cannot gives the blood to negative. So this is a thing we have to remember. So as a zoologist we have to remember this. So as a zoology students you have to think in all the possible ways and you have to act. So this is an additional information which Miss like to give you students. So this is nothing, this is a slide. Okay, so this is a slide. So A and B we all know, A antigen and B antigen. So this is D antigen. So we have studied about rhesus, no, RH factor. So this is that antigen, positive or negative. So if Miss is going to mark the blood group of O positive. So if a person is having a O positive means here there will not, the presence of A will not be there, the presence of B will not be there. So here positive no, so the RH factor, the positive there will be a presence of RH factor. So this will not be present, this will not be present, this only present. So if the absence of A and B implies it is a O blood group and the presence of RH factor which implies it is a positive group. So this is how we can frame the blood groups for all the type of blood groups. So we'll now see for A negative. So what it will be happening for A negative? So for A negative, so A will be present, right, because the name itself says A will be present, A antigen. So B will not be present because B is not there. So B will not be present. So it is negative, so it is also not present. If it is positive means it will be present. It is negative, so it was also not present. So if this means it is A positive blood group. Clear, students? This in college level you will be doing this in your practical classes. In Miss will also be doing a demonstration in your practical classes. So here anti-A serum, anti-B and anti-D. So the three serums will be there. We have to plug, we have to take a slide or a tiles. We have to name A, B, D. So we have to prick your blood and you have to point in three circles. You have to mark and you have to point your blood. After that you have to put the serum, anti-A serum here, anti-B here, anti-D here. If it reacts reacts, agglutination takes place means presence of A. Not takes place means absence. Agglutination takes place means B. It not takes place means absence. So here also the same thing. So by that only we can come to a result. It is A, B or O blood group. So this is how the entire blood group system of humans are framed. So this is a little demonstration test I have shown you. So as the continuation to human blood group system, the last part, the incompatibility of RH factor. So what it will be happening if the RH positive and RH negative combines. So that will be seeing. So here we are going to see with an example erythroblastosis fetialis. It is a disease which caused in a women. So this will be caused if a woman having RH negative and the man having RH positive. If they combine, if a wife is having this group and the mother is having this group and the father is having this group means the first generation, the first child is influenced by the father's blood group and the first generation, the first child will be having positive blood group. So here in the first child there will be no effects. So the RH negative women now conceive a baby with RH positive. So the blood group of the RH negative women identifies the blood group of a child as an antigen. Now the antibodies will be produced against it. So in the first generation, in the first child, nothing will be happens. The child will be delivered. Soon after the delivery, the blood group, the recognized blood group, so that is the women is having negative and the baby is having positive. So the women body will recognize it as a foreign and it will destroy. So the mother's body is now sensitized to form D antigens. So now the mother's body will start forming D antigen. So the first baby will not happening anything. The first baby will be delivered soon. Delivered as a normal baby. But if the woman consumes the second baby, the antigen D produced here in the first baby itself, the RH negative identifies the positive as an antigen and it also produces the antibodies against this antigen and it entered to the placenta of the first baby. So already the placenta is having positive blood group. The women's negative blood group identifies it as a foreign and the antibodies will be produced. So now the antibodies enters the placenta and goes and attacks the baby. So in first baby it won't be happening anything, the baby will be delivered. So in the second baby, if the woman is consumed for second baby, already the placenta has antibodies, the produced antibodies will be there. So if the second pregnancy takes place means there will be a continuous abortion, that is hemolysis of fetal RBC. So there will be a complete regular abortion will be taking place, and the second baby will suffer from hemolytic jaundice and anemia. Like that diseases it will be happening. So the second baby will be suffering from a continuous abortion, or else the hemolytic jaundice and anemia will be coming. This is due to the effects of antibodies already produced during the pregnancy of first baby. So this is what it happening. So what is the prevention for this? Is there any cure for this? Due to the technological development, everything has a cure, right? So this can also be prevented. So when the first baby delivered, after soon the delivery, the injections, there will be so many injections in order to destroy the antibodies which has entered the placenta. So after soon the first baby delivery, the injection has to be put in the female. Soon after the delivery of the first baby, the injection has to be put in the female. So by putting this, the second baby will become normal, because there will be there will not be the production of antibodies, there will not be the identification of antibodies already produced in the placenta. So the prevention can be taken place. So then also in the second, if this has been put also, the antibodies will be produced, but after the delivery of the second baby only it will be sensitized. So for that, by this process, the prevention of erythroblastosis fetalis takes place. This is the only one way of prevention of this disease. So we had seen incompatibility of Rh factor. So the woman is having negative group and the man is having positive group. Both are having sexual intercourse, and the baby is formed with positive blood group, Rh positive blood group. So here the first baby will not be having any side effects, it will be delivered. But at that time also the woman is having negative, it will identify the child's blood as an antigen and the antibodies will be produced, but it will not affect the child. But during the second pregnancy, what it will happening means, if the antibodies will be present, already produced antibodies will be present in the placenta, right? So what it will be happening means the continuous abortion of fetal RBC takes place. Otherwise the hemolytic jaundice and anemia, the child will suffer. So in order to prevent that, after soon the delivery of the first baby, the injection of the antibody destruction should be given to the women. Then the second baby will be produced normally without any abortion and all, it will be produced normally. Here also the antibodies will be taking place, but it will identify it as a sensitized after the delivery only. So after the second baby delivery only, the antibodies will be sensitized. So it is of no use, right? So delivery happens means it is enough. So the prevention is only, the prevention for erythroblastosis fetalis is this the only way for prevention of this disease. So this is the best example for incompatibility of Rh factors. So we had completed with all the human blood group systems and the diseases. Hereafter we will be seeing the inheritance and variation examples in this lesson. So update with our channel and subscribe this channel, share and comment if you have any doubt.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.